Hello everyone. Today in this series we will talk about some new feature updates for Corona 7 and Corona 8. We know it's been a long time we don't make any video about updates for Corona render, but now we're back and we hope this series can help you in some way and make your work even better. And now we will go to Corona 7. And the first update is called Corona Physical Material. And I have a sample right there, and let's start to interactive first. And with Corona 7, now they renamed the Corona Material to Corona Legacy Material. The parameter is still the same like before. And now is the new one. Let's create the material called Corona Physical Material. And let's assign it to this field. And let's go to the modify. In the basic option, you can see the apply presets. And Corona say they give us 35 presets in this time. And not so much, but I think it's still useful in some way. And I can show you right there. Now I choose the preset called aluminum brush. OK. And we got this one. Or I can change it to gold. Just one click. And you can see it's very quick. And I don't need to remember the parameter of aluminum or gold. And now I got glass or architect glass right there. And like I said, this preset is not so much, but it's very useful in some way. And in the first line, you can see the default tab. Click it, and it will reset the current material back to the default. And after the preset, we will got the meterness, the pay layer, the diffuse color, roughness, EOR, and bump. And now they move the bump to there. And I don't need to scroll all the way down to change the amount of bump. And thanks for that. But one thing is missing, and it's the reflection. And you can see the note here. Define reflection color for metal or diffuse color for non-metal. That means if I set the meterness tab here to the non-metal and I change color in there, now this color control the diffuse or the base layer color of the object. And if I change the meterness tab back to metal, then now the color right there is not control the diffuse color anymore. Now it controls the amount of reflect. That means if I change the color to black color, then it also turn off the reflection of the object. And when I raise this value, I got the reflection back. And next, when you set the meterness tab to the non-metal and the EOR, you can raise its maximum is 3. You can set it more than 3. And when you change the meterness back to the metal, and now the EOR, they lock it. Because now the EOR is very high, and they say you don't need to change this. The next thing with Corona 7 is now they change the glossiness tab to the roughness. And for anyone who don't like the roughness, like me, just need to scroll down and you will find a tab called Advanced option. And you can change the roughness mode to the glossiness. And now you will get the same workflow just like before. But one problem when you change this, and it just affects on a single material. When you create the new one, it resets it back to the roughness. And to fix this one, it's very easy. You just need to go to render setup, find the system tab and a system setting, and change the default roughness mode to the glossiness. Now every time you create a new one, it's always set to the glossiness. And next, when you set the meterness to the middle, and you will have the option called the edge color right here. And it will make the edge of the object have the different color with the base color. You still got the anisotropy, and it works just like the same as before. And next, we got a new one of that in here, and it's called Clear Course Layer. And you can see right here, I got a flash glossy on the base layer. But when I increase this amount like 1, and I got a full glossy on the surface, the base layer is still rough, but the surface you have a very glossy in here. This goes like protection for the base layer. Okay, let's try to put some texture on this one. And here we are. And let's increase this glossiness to 1. And now we got to clean the base layer with some dust effect on the coarse layer, just like in the real life. And you can also change the absorption to make the base layer here brighter or more darker. It's like when you put some coat on the surface of wood in the real life, it makes the color of the wood is more darker. Okay, and that's all I want to share with you today, and let's see you guys in the next video. Thank you.